Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to Moon Outdoors. Today I'm going to give you guys another episode of question and answer. Last week I sprained my back at work and I was not able to go out to fish last weekend. So my back is getting better. I did go to work this week. However, it's not 100%. I mean, it's never 100%, but so it is getting better. So the plan for today is answer the rest of the question. I apologize if I did not get to your questions earlier. I was just trying to answer them in the order they came in. So Brian G asked, how did you come up with the name Moo? Is it for your love of cows? By the way, what is your real name? Fishing24 kind of answered this for me. That is his real name. But he also asked, what does it mean in Korean, Moo? Happy? So yes, my real name is Moo. Actually it's Moo Lim. The meaning of it is, Moo is kind of like thick, dense, and the Lim is forest. So I guess you could say a jungle, rainforest, whatnot. So I usually go by Moo, and my buddy Steve, motherlode kayak angler, he started calling me Moo, and it kind of stuck. So a lot of my friends call me Moo. That's why I came up with Moo Outdoors. Steve asked, do you ever go out and pump your own ghost mud shrimp for sturgeon bait? If so, it might make a good video. Yes, I do agree. I do go out to pump my own ghost shrimp when I can. Actually, I did show how I pump the ghost shrimp a couple years ago in one of the videos, but I think it would be good to make a separate, dedicated video on just ghost shrimp pumping. So Gideon asked, Old Town 106 MK opinion. So he's talking about the Old Town Sportsman 106 powered by Minn Kota. I think it's a great boat. If you're on the freshwater or any flat water. These days, a lot of bass guys are installing torpedo and trolling motors to their kayak so they can go farther distance and with the less fatigue. However, personally, I think that boat is a little bit too short to be out in the ocean with the swell and the surf. Typically, most people say 12 feet length is recommended out in the ocean, which I do agree. However, it also depends on the hull shape. I used to fish out of Revolution 11, which was 11.5, but that handled the pretty rough water nicely. 106 being, a foot shorter and it's wider, it's a pontoon style. I don't think I want to be out in that boat, out in the ocean, in a rough condition. Movie Life said, please tell us about the tastiest fish that you have eaten. So, some people might know this. My favorite fish to eat is halibut. Whether it's cooked, whether it's raw, sashimi, sushi, whatever. My favorite fish to eat is halibut. Luckily, we got good fisheries for halibut. Salmon are good, linkas are good, rockfish are good, but by far, my favorite fish is halibut. Yankee Tanker asked, 5 numbers added together to make an odd number. What do you know about the numbers? I don't know if this is some kind of riddle or a trick question, because you never know with the Yankee Tanker. I'm gonna say, I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for. I'm gonna say the number of odd numbers are odd. Matt said, come out to the East Bay Lake, do some trout trolling. I would love to. I don't really eat trout, but I don't mind catching them. Joseph asks, when did you know you wanted to be a YouTube content creator? So even before I started Moo Outdoors channel, I would record our family activities and when I go kayak fishing, and then I'll edit it and put it on YouTube, and so I can watch later down the road and share with my families and share with my friends. And one day I was fishing with Steve, motherlode kayak angler, right there. He was recording a video for himself, and he had a pretty good format. And I was watching him do it, and I was like, huh, that sounds fun. I'm gonna try it. So that's how I got started. I don't really expect too much out of it. You know, I just went fishing, recorded the video, and editing part was actually pretty fun. I did it for a while, and then I just start gaining subscribers little by little. And I don't gain a lot of subscribers every day, but you know, I still gain a little bit every day, and it's been fun. So why not? SO Phoenix 1855 asked, "Is COVID fake? I know you are in the medical field." No, COVID is not fake. I'm not saying you think it's fake, but if someone still think COVID is fake to this day, I don't know what to tell you. And yes, I work in medical field. I'm an ENT. I work in the ambulance. And if I have enough people who are interested hearing what I see in the field, I can make a separate video on it. But I think so many people are just sick and tired of COVID, so I probably won't. Other outdoors, when are you planning to hit DWC? I want an autograph of my kayak. As you know, I was out there, but you were too hungover to come out. So, however, we should definitely go out to DWC because I want to try your kayak. I want to demo your kayak. So, hit me up. I'll hit you up. Whatever. Well, let's make a plan. Barefoot fishing set, catch rockfish upside down in kayak underwater yet? LOL. If you want to try it, I would love to film it. So let's do it. Van Dan 831 asked, "Can you do a video on top 3 kayaks you recommend, varying from low, mid, and a higher budgets? Same for rod and reel option. Would be great for those wanting to get into the sport. Thanks." That is actually a good idea, but just picking out top 3 kayaks in low, mid, higher budget is not that easy because there are so many more factors involved. But I will try to do a video, something like that. Maybe I will divide it into paddle kayaks, pedal kayaks, all around, rough water, or stuff like that. So I will work on that. Thanks for the idea. Alright, Max Mean Outdoors asked, "What makes you go to the ocean even under seasickness?" If I have seasickness, I will go to the mountains. Those of you who's been watching my channel for a while know that I get seasick easily. I am like 500% better than before, but I still get seasick easily. But being out in the ocean is a totally different feeling compared to like being out in the bay or being out in the lake. Something that I cannot really explain, but just being out in the big blue, miles away from the shore, it's a different feeling, and I really enjoy that. And of course, the fish I catch out in the ocean, it tastes so much better. I'm really picky with fish, so I rarely eat any freshwater fish. So yeah, that's why I go out to the ocean. Bummer 450 asked, "Are there any plans in the future for family members joining in your fishing adventure?" If you watch earlier videos, I do take out my son out to the lake for Mackinac, and I also went crabbing a few times with my son. But he's more of an indoor kind of guy, and he doesn't last very long on the water. I want to take him out, but it's not so easy. And actually, one of my cousins is really interested in kayak fishing, so I'm gonna take him out and do some practice self-rescue session, and then take him out to the ocean. So stay tuned for my cousin fishing out of kayak for the first time. Shotgun Aaron asked, "This is gonna be a tough one. When are we going to hook up and get on some chrome?" So Shotgun Aaron, I'm gonna answer your question with a question. When are you gonna man up and join us, the Weekend Warriors, the Googans? G. Davis asked a few questions. First question is, why do you wear Headwater stuff when you have your own merch? Somebody else asked about the hat as well. Big Six asks, will you bring back that original Moo Outdoors big flimsy sunshade hat? So what Big Six is talking about is this guy right here. So if you see like earlier videos, I wear this hat. And I love this hat because you get so much shade. If sun is high enough, I mean, you don't get any direct sunlight on your face. I love it. But I started wearing Motherlode Kayak Angler hat, and then I wear Headwaters hat instead of Moo Outdoors hat, just to support my buddy Steve, Motherlode Kayak Angler, and Headwaters. However, I tried to wash Headwaters hat and it got ruined, so I need to get another one. And that brings up a question about Headwaters. Romeo asks, what you think about Headwaters closing down? I am extremely sad that Headwaters Lodi closed down. Yeah, it's so sad. But Dan's gotta do what is best for Dan, so I fully support his decision. And also, how much does it affect me? As you know, I used to go down to Headwaters Lodi and demo a lot of kayaks. And I don't have that location anymore. I would have to drive 2.5 hours to Headwaters Adventure Company up in Reading to do kayak demos now. So it's a further drive. As far as the benefits go for being a team member or pro staff for Headwaters, Dan always treat me as his pro staff, but technically I was always team member for Headwaters Adventure Company up in Reading. Going back to G. Davis' questions, do you get free stuff or pay for all your fishing equipment? I do get a few free stuff just because of YouTube. However, I pay for most of my fishing equipment. Do you really make any money from YouTube? I answered this in the first video. I make just enough to cover for gas for my fishing trips. What kind of music do you listen to? I'm a rock and roll guy. Mostly now it's a classic rock. So one of my top favorite bands are Metallica, Queen, Green Day, Korn, and a lot of K-Rocks as well. Okay, Connected Fishing asks, do you smoke herbs? No, I do not. I have nothing against them. It's just not for me. But if you do, go for it. Senior Pescado asks, what cooler bag works best for Vivo 13? Looking to either put it behind the seat or in front hatch. I never used a cooler bag, so I'm not really sure. But I will ask a couple of my buddies who has Vivo 13 and see what works for them, and then I'll answer your question in the comments. Brian asks, what lake was that where you caught those monster lake trout at? So if you go back to the video, look into the comment section and you'll find out exactly what lake it is. Rick asks, what is your true opinion about the native Slayer Max out on the bay? I already have it, I just don't want to end up in the bottom of the bay. Whatever video that I made for Slayer Max is my true opinion. It's got really good speed and good primary stability. So it will be an excellent kayak for the bay. Comparing Outback and Slayer Max side by side, obviously Slayer Max has propel drive, but other than that, the performance is pretty similar. So I do recommend it. Only thing I did notice was the front hatch. The seal around front hatch is not as tight as you see in Outback. Even Outback had this problem before where the seal wasn't tight enough when they first came out in 2018, I believe. If you improve on the seal, you're going to have less water getting into the front hatch. NMY asks, what is your gear maintenance after using in salt? Do you simply rinse with clean water or do you get more involved? Every trip I rinse it thoroughly with tap water, but once in a while I use corrosion X and spray all the parts that could possibly suffer from salt corrosion. So I might do a separate video on how I actually use a corrosion X in the future. Paul asked, I love your channel. What is the largest swell you would feel comfortable fishing in your kayak? So the largest swell I would go out would be 8-foot swell. Anything bigger than 8 foot, I would say no. But it all depends on the period of the swell, how far they are apart, and also the wind factor as well. If it's a swell is 8 feet and the period is long enough and the wind is down, then I will go out. If it's 8 feet and it's the short period or it's windy, no. I'm actually gonna do a video on how I check for forecast, the swell and the wind, and also kind of explain how to read them for the beginners. Last question. Victor asked, where do you like to launch from Sonoma Coast? I found Ocean Cove, Timber Cove, and Fort Ross is pretty easy to launch. You don't have to go through too much obstacles other than the steep driveway going down Timber Cove and Ocean Cove. I hope I answered everybody's questions. If I did miss your questions, I apologize. It was not my intention, but please let me know. I will answer them in the future. And also, I really thank you guys for asking these questions because I really had a lot of fun doing this. So I think what I'm gonna do is if somebody answer a question on the video, I'll probably answer that question in the next video. So thank you guys for answering all the questions, and thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more, and go outside and enjoy the outdoors.